Hello Chameleon Wranglers, this is Bill Strand with the Chameleon Academy, and today we're going to be talking about things you can do with your screen cage to turn it into a hybrid cage. Now, if you've been listening to my podcasts and my videos, you know that I like hybrid cages better than screen cages. And the reason is because I can have more control of the internal humidity with a hybrid cage. Obviously, a screen cage is all about ventilation, so the inside of the cage will match what's on the outside. And it's very difficult to increase the internal humidity level of a screen cage. So let's say you already have a screen cage, but you want to implement a hydration schedule that requires high nighttime humidity. Well, there are ways of making your screen cage a hybrid cage. And I'm going to be going over those very simple ways in this episode. The traditional way to do that in the community has been to do something like wrap a shower curtain around the cage, which you can do that, and you do that, the misters go on and the mist does not go out of the cage. Mission accomplished. For the most part. But there are slightly more attractive ways of doing it. The first thing I want to introduce you to is my buddy Chloroplast. This is essentially plastic cardboard. It's the material that lawn signs are made of, the political signs or the real estate signs, but it's very easy to cut, very easy to work with, and you can find it in any home improvement store or even on Amazon. It comes in a variety of colors, including white and black, which is what I use the most. You can easily cut Chloroplast to the size of the side of your cage and then attach the Chloroplast either by using screws and just screw right through the Chloroplast into the frame, or else use the Velcro and then you can Velcro on your side. The advantage with Velcro is if you ever want to take off your Chloroplast side, you just, take it off. The ability to change your cage from a screen cage to a hybrid cage and then back to a screen cage may be useful if you live in an area that has wide weather changes through the seasons. Now, if you're going to be doing this, I recommend using Chloroplast on the two sides and the back. And that's going to give you a pretty good area to hold in the mist. And at the very least, it's going to keep the mist from getting outside of your cage. But what about the front? Yes, to truly get the chimney effect, we're gonna have to close off the door as well. But before we get to that, I want to explain what the chimney effect is. The chimney effect is well known in the circles that use terrariums and vivariums. It's where the hotter air up top rises, as we know it does, but when it does that, it pulls in cool air from the bottom. And so if you have a cage which has a screened area at the bottom and a screened area at the top, you're going to get airflow going through the entire cage. Because your lights are going to heat the air by the top of the cage, that's going to rise and the cool air gets pulled in from the bottom. We know that chameleons need ventilation, we know that they need air exchange, but they don't need 100% ventilation. What they need is basic air exchange. And by fully enclosing the sides, the back, and part of the front, like the main door, we give ourselves an enclosed area that can hold in humidity but still gets the air exchange that chameleons need. And if you close off the main door of your common screen cages and leave the bottom flip-up door screen, you will have more than enough airflow to dry out the cage during the day, which is our goal. But let's get back to that door. How are we going to close it off but still be able to see through it? Well, for that, I'm going to introduce you to my favorite method to take a screen cage and turn it into a hybrid, and that is this shrink fit window insulating film. This is a very thin plastic film that you're going to affix to the side of your cage by putting double-side sticky tape all around the frame, and then you put this thin plastic film across the entire panel of your cage. And then to tighten it up, you get your hair dryer out, and with heat, the plastic tightens. So you get this very nice tight plastic film across the entire side, back, or even front panel, and it's going to hold in humidity and the mist. These window film insulation kits are all of $7 to $10, and they'll do your entire cage. And so all you have to do is decide, do you want visual isolation? If you do, put the Chloroplast on the sides and the back, and then the window film on the front main door, leaving the flip-up screen door still screened. If you want to maintain the see-through aspect of your screen cage to the entire cage, then just use the window insulation film for the sides, back, and the front main door. It is a very easy way of turning your screen cage into a hybrid cage. Now, one note, if you have something like dragon ledges on the sides and back of your cage, it's very simple just to tape over the dragon ledges and make that an anchor point. So even your window insulation film has a stronger anchor point than it would if it didn't have the dragon ledges. So this whole hybridization is very easy and inexpensive, and I will put links to where you can get these materials down in the description below. This video is an episode in a series on screen cages. If you want to go back and catch the first one in the series, it's right here. If you want to see the next one in the series, once it's released, it'll be right here. And if you'd like to subscribe to the Chameleon Academy so you don't miss any of them, just click right up there. This is Bill Strand. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.